So, a few days ago, Universal Studios trademarked the name Indoraptor for one of their creatures in Jurassic World 2. I saw that and thought, oh, that sounds familiar, but I couldn't really put my finger on it until yesterday. I got a comment on DeviantArt on how does it feel that Universal Studios uses one of your dragon names for their creature, and then I realized, Indoraptor is a name I gave one of my fictional prehistoric dragons years ago, and now they use this and even trademarked the term for one of their shitty hybrids. Yes, this sounds maybe a little I don't know what to say. It's on the one hand, I think either they don't care, they know and they don't care, or they have no idea, which means they just did a bad job. So maybe came up with a name and said, okay, let's do this, and looked on the internet, saw my stuff, because before Jurassic World came out with this trademark, there was nothing else but my dragon art on the internet which could pop up, and so they should have seen it, or they just have said, okay, there is no trademark on this name yet, so let's do this. But it's rather unlikely, I think, in my opinion, that they didn't look up this name, because it is of course possible that this name would be already given to an existing dinosaur or other genera. And there are actually two dinosaurs, Indosuchus and Indosaurus, which of course sound very similar, and they are both from India, so in that context the name makes sense. And now Jurassic World comes with Indoraptor around the corner, and but it has nothing to do with India. It's for someone which is who is for a longer time in paleontology, it is very confusing. My Indoraptor at least makes sense, because it's actually a prehistoric dragon species from India. So I had this in mind when I created it, and as many pointed out, in Indoraptor in the context of Jurassic World probably means is just a short for Indominus raptor. So they probably made a smaller version of the Indominus rex, and they thought, okay, let's name it Indominus raptor, but that's too long, not catchy enough, so make it Indoraptor. So extremely creative, and nobody there seems to have access to an online Latin vocabulary, because you could totally create way cooler and interesting names which also make more sense. But I guess that wasn't the priority. It also is also possible, and I hope that's the case, that this is only a working title, and that the official name will change, so that I would be able to still use my Indoraptor, because I have not really planned on changing that. Yeah, and because of all that, I just wanted to make this little video, talk a little bit about that, and yeah, a little bit about Indoraptor. How you see here already a little, it's an relatively medium-sized dragon, about 4 meters long, from the Pliocene, and it is known from fragmentary remains, parts of the skull, parts of the tail, which prove to be very long. This sail-like structures is partly known, a bit of wing bones, a few fragments of the dorsal vertebrates and the legs, and it was probably a close relative of the modern lophiraptorians, a group of South American dragons, which is normally known from this crest, which runs from their noses up to the back of their head. And Indoraptor in that context is probably one of the earliest members of that clade. It already had pretty long legs, and one feature that's also similar to modern lophiraptorians is that the third eye, which is normally known from many reptilians, is missing. That's normally a little opening on top of the skull, present in most squamata, and it's often considered to be a sensor for light, especially for night and daytime. So it tells the animal normally, okay, now it's dark, go to sleep, basically. And this is missing in modern lophiraptorians, and also in Indoraptor and all other dragons, Draconiformes. This is present, so it's very possible that we find Indoraptor at the base of this clade, which is also interesting because it shows us that lophiraptorians didn't evolve in South America, but in Asia probably, and moved later to South America and became there the dominant land predators, or were found among the dominant land predators, besides terror birds, large crocodilians, and later saber-toothed cats. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I hope you enjoy this video of the original Indoraptor. Write your opinion in the comments, give me a like, subscribe, and see you next time.